Do I need? Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Hello, everyone. That's in the studio. Hello, Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on Twitter and TikTok. We are everywhere tonight. What are we doing tonight? We're going to create a sexual revolution. I want you to join me in a sexual revolution and create in a movement to regain our sexual independence again. All right. So this is what this webinar is about: is to start a sexual revolution and to let men and women know that we are in charge of our sexuality, all right? And that we need to remove the stigma, the shame of sexuality out of the closet and make it and and bring it to mainstream because it is who we are as a human being. Oh my God, I got this little thing on my shirt here. As a human being, sexuality is important for us to connect and to love one another. And it's not something to be shameful about. So join me in this movement to regain our sexual independence again. So I'm going to start with this webinar today. And then I like to make it an interactive as much as possible. And I will go quickly, and I want to be able to get an opportunity for you to ask me questions. Okay. All right. Let's go. I am going to share my screen. Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. And let me know if you can post, those of you on Facebook, you can post your questions on in Facebook, and I believe in Twitter as well, and TikTok, and I'll answer those questions. And I see people in the studio. Hi there. So welcome to the Get Hard system to restore performance in as little as 5 days without medication or surgery. Like I said in the beginning, we are creating a sexual revolution, all right, to regain our sexual independence again, take it out of the closet and make it less taboo and make it mainstream because it is who we are. So join me in this movement. So, all right, let's see. All right. All right, I'm Dr. Ann Trung. Of course, you know that. So why should you listen to me? I'm a board certified medical doctor for the past 6 years now. I treated over 7,000 men with ED. I've been on national TV, on CNBC, Fox, Bravo, and CNN. I speak all over the world on sexual health, and I teach doctors on sexual health as well. I'm the best-selling author, international bestseller, Erectile Dysfunction Fix, available on Amazon. And my goal for today's webinar is to show you that the fastest and safest and shortest way for you to regain your sex life is through the 6 system reset. Well, that's what I'm going to talk about. And the effective and natural way to repair your sex life is with the Get Hard system. So who is this for? It's for men who want to restore their sex life and for partner who want to help their men restore their sex life. Does this really work? Yes, it has worked in over 7,000 men. It worked for Clarence. He went from a state of total devastation to a state of being ecstatic after treatment. It worked for Blaine. He's 50 years old. He's had ED for a few years. He tried Cialis and Viagra, and it didn't work very well. And then he came to see me, and he got the treatment, and he said it was extraordinary. About a week later, the girth and the width and the height just grew up and changed my life. I highly recommend it. It's just amazing. It's like I'm 20 again. Now, disclaimer, this is for those that follow the protocol and want to put in the work to restore their sex life. And there are no shortcuts, especially in something as important as your ED. All right? There's no sneaky or misleading methods, and your ED didn't occur overnight, and that it occurred for over years. And I want you to stay with me. Turn off all distraction. Close your phones. Close social media. Get a pen and paper. Take notes. This may change your life. Listening tonight, if you take one thing out of this, it may change your life. It may change your sex life as well, too. And I will honor your time, and I'll make sure that I'll answer all your questions. Now, stay with me until the end. I have an amazing bonus that you will get if you stay with me to the end. So you are in the right place, my friend. You've been struggling with ED. This is probably why. It's the hard way. You've been doing it the hard way for years, right? It's because you've been trying to figure it out yourself. You try to Google, you try to do research, and you read. And then when, I understand, ED is a private matter. You Google and then you go online and you try dispensary and they tell you, take a medication if you have ED. You're only doing things that you thought was right. Even if you go see the doctor will say, hey, here's a medication. I can't tell you how many times I would see patients and they would get a prescription without any type of prescription for ED meds, without any type of workup or discussion. And then you take the medication, you tolerate the side effect, the headache, the flushing, the nasal congestion, and then you pay for treatment that didn't work. I saw a patient yesterday who paid $5,000 for shockwave that didn't work for him at all when he really needed a total comprehensive intervention. You're wasting precious time and money. So what is ED? It's really not your fault. There's a lot of misinformation out there, and it can be confusing and misleading. I know it's a private matter. The internet's more discreet. You're probably not going to talk to your partner. You're probably not going to talk to your best friend, right? And Big Pharma wants you to take medication, and they want you to get penile replacement surgery because they make money if you take ED medication, right? Big Pharma and the hospital system, they want you to stay sick. They want you to stay in ED. That way you pop in medication, so that way your ED don't get better. And then when nothing else works, they go, okay, penile replacement surgery. Everybody wants you to be sick and have ED because there is money to be made. And they don't want you to restore your erection. Just know that. You have been victimized. You have been misled in thinking that to get your erection back, you need to take a medication. Did you hear that correctly? Did you hear that? Yes, I just said it. I'm a doctor and I'm saying you shouldn't take ED medication. Yes, listen to every word, and I'm going to prove to you why ED medication makes your erection worse. So what does ED cost you? Decreased self-esteem and confidence? Your relationship is strained? I've heard of my patient come in to see me and their wife is giving them an ultimatum. Fix your ED or we're done. Anxiety and depression, giving you anxiety, depression, giving your partner anxiety and depression. Your health. Do you know that 67% of men with ED have a heart attack in 7 to 10 years? And some of it may even be fatal. What is ED? A persistent inability to achieve or maintain penile erection sufficient for satisfactory sexual performance. Now, why do I put this definition up? This is the medical definition of ED. Now, persistent inability to achieve or maintain penile erection sufficient for satisfactory sexual performance. I read that again. Why is that? Because you can still have an erection and have ED. Know that you can still have an erection and have ED. ED means that you cannot maintain an ability to have penile erection sufficient for satisfactory for you. So that means that ED means that it takes longer to get an erection. ED means that when you get a full erection and then it goes soft again. ED means that you get a full erection and you can't orgasm or you can't ejaculate. And ED means that when you have an erection and then it goes soft and then it gets firm again. All right, or all the way to the point where you can't get an erection at all. So most men think that they don't have ED because they still get an erection. That is wrong. If it takes you longer to get there, or you get there and you lose firmness, that's ED. That's why ED is so common and so prevalent. ED is a we problem, not a me problem. Yes, God. You know what I mean when I say that? When you have ED, it's a problem with you and your partner. It's ED. It's a two-person problem. Don't make it so hard on yourself that it's you that has to work through it. Let me tell you my story. My story is that I've been a medical doctor for 26 years. I've been happily married to my husband now for 30 years now. And, I know that, if, he was taking heart medication and it was affecting his erection. And it was to a point where it was interfering with our relationship. And me being a doctor, I knew that I didn't want him to take ED medication because I know that was just a band-aid. It was not treating the cause of the problem. And so I started diving deep into learning what ED is all about. What is causing what causes an erection, and what ED encompasses. And I dig deep, and I wanted to find a solution for him. Luckily, I was already in the world. I was already doing stem cell therapy for pain, and I was already doing acupuncture. So I had this background of looking at things comprehensively and holistically. So I approached ED in a manner, let's treat the root cause of this and not just a band-aid, right? So my husband and I worked it through, and I told him that we have to go to hell and fire and to the end of the world. We're going to try to figure this out. And I figured it out because I figured that you have to treat the root cause of why you have ED, which is poor blood flow. And I'm going to show you my framework, my Get Hard system, the 6 systems that we have to reset in order to get your ED back again. So I tried the treatment on him, and it worked. He was able to get his erection again. I tried the treatment on my family member, and it worked. And I was like, oh my God, Lord and behold, I have discovered a way where you can restore the erection again. And I tried on more patient at work, and I trained other doctors on how to treat their patient and work for them. And I'm going to show you what the system is, and it doesn't involve a medication. It doesn't involve surgery. So when ED happened, I know I've been there. This is the feeling that you feel. You feel fear. What you're fearful of, right? You're fearful that maybe your partner will leave you. Maybe you'll be alone. Maybe you have to be left alone to deal with this. That's horrible. You feel bad. You feel bad that you're not the same man you used to be again. You're not the protector. You're not the husband. You're not the man. You feel shame. You're ashamed that you're no longer the same person you used to be. And then you disbelief and thinking, oh my God, why is this happening to me? What did I do to deserve this? Right? You feel shocked that, whoa, I've been really healthy. I'm too young to have this problem. What did I do wrong? You blame yourself, and you feel useless. You're useless because you're not able to have satisfactory sex. You're not able to satisfy your partner, and it's uncomfortable. And sometimes some of my patients even tell me suicidal. I have a patient where his wife left him because he had ED. She left him without telling him why or anything, and he was struggling to cancer at that time. So what's it like living with ED? It's loss of confidence in yourself as a man and in your performance anxiety. Your relationship is strained, fear of losing your partner, and frustration that you had tried to treat this and the treatment failed. I know. I see patients when they have spent thousands of dollars and thinking that they try a treatment that's going to work, and it doesn't. So I know that the life you want is up and better. And you don't want to stay in the same path you're doing because it is not where you want to be and you want a better life for yourself. So when you have ED and there's a solution there, it equals a happy man plus one. Remember, ED is a plus one problem. It's not a me problem. So if you become a happy man, there's also a plus one. There's another happy person as well too. When you have no ED, it means less stress, less anxiety, less worry, equals confidence, equals better relationship, and equals love, equals happiness. So what would an ED-free life mean for you? Think about that. I want you to think about that. Write that down. What it would mean for you? What are you willing to do for it? So not having to worry if you can get it up this time, not having to take ED pills and be able to be spontaneous, have more confidence in yourself as a man, and have passionate relationship, to not be alone anymore, have the love of your life. So when you have no ED, the bonding, the happiness, and even just be feeling like yourself with your family again. What would ED-free life mean for you? And this is Terrence. I have problem getting a maintained erection. It causes problem in relationship. After 1 or 2 weeks of treatment, I start noticing the difference in his erection. All right. In the end, I'm gonna make you a very special offer that will give you everything you need to get your sex life back in as little as 5 days. Imagine what it would be like to have your erection back, your sex life back in as little as 5 days. So there are 3 secrets of getting hard again. Number one, how to get rid of ED without medication or surgery. Secret number two, how to gain performance confidence in as little as 5 days. Secret number three, how to understand what is causing your ED. Secret number one, how to get rid of ED without medication or surgery. You guys ready for this? All right. So it's the easy way, the most effective and the fastest method to fix your ED in the shortest amount of time. And that's the Get Hard system to sexual restoration. This is my framework on how to reset your system again to restore your sex life. It's like pushing the reset button in the electrical outlet. All right, because and I'm gonna go through this, but just know that the Get Hard system is the way. So imagine what it would be like to have this life, to have firm erection for intercourse, to be able to maintain erection to finish, to be spontaneous, to have confidence to do it, to be the man, the protector. The truth is, listen to this. The truth is, your body wants to have an erection without pill. You are wired to get an erection without pill, and you can restore your sex life even if ED pill do not work anymore. Your body do not want pill. So why is ED so common? Right? ED is common because in order for you to get an erection, your mind or your brain and your penis have to both be relaxed and it has to be connected. In order for you to get an erection, your brain has to be connected to your penis. Well, it has involved six systems. Six system. The first system is the brain. The brain initiate your erection, not your penis, guys. Not your penis. It's your brain. That's how you get aroused. That's how you have desire. And then the second system is your emotion. What is your emotional state at that time? Okay. All right. And the third system is the hormones. Your hormones that being released in the brain that sends messages to your nerve, which is the fourth system. And the nerves send messages to your heart. Your heart and the blood vessels open up and pump quicker. So that way it goes to your penis muscle. So there are six systems that has to work in perfect order in harmony. It has to go in synchrony. So if one system's a little off, then it just won't, it doesn't work anymore. That's why ED is so common, because you need 6 players on the team to be on, right? So let's just say you work you had a long day of work, you're tired, you come home, right? That's your emotion. You're not gonna be in a mood to have sex, or that you're stressed out. You've been working a lot, right? You're not in the mood to have sex either. So you're not gonna be able to get an erection. So yeah, like your brain, like say your brain, if you're not spending time to get aroused, or spend time to enjoy the moment, you're not going to be able to have an erection either. So what I'm trying to say is that there are 6 systems that need to work together. And just know that if you're not getting an erection, one of those systems is off. So the brain is our largest sexual organ. Yes, believe it or not, it is. So because there are 6 systems that need to work to give you an erection. That's why right now there are at least 30 million men between the age of 40 to 70 years old living with ED. 50% of you between the age of 40 to 70 have ED. 50%, that's a large guy. That means that half of your friends between the age of 40 to 70 have ED. I think it's even more now, because this is 30 million men, and this is according to the study that was done in 1994. That's like 30 years. That's like 30 years ago, almost 30 years ago. So I'm suspecting right now it's probably double that, at least 60 million men. And that's not even counting. That's not even counting COVID on top of that. Now, both of these guys have ED. Can you believe it? The guy on the right has ED, and the guy on the left has ED, right? But you would think, oh my God, the guy on the right, my God, he's got an 8-pack. He looks healthy. But why does he have ED? That's why ED is complex. It involves the 6 system of the brain, the emotion, the hormone, the nerve, the blood vessels, and the penis muscle. And in fact, the guy right here with all the muscle has worse ED than the guy on the left. Yes, and he even has lower testosterone than the guy on the left. So the point I'm trying to make here, that ED affects everyone. All right, you are not protected from ED, even though you look healthy, because there are 6 systems that need to work in harmony. What are the causes of ED? Luckily, it's not 90% of ED is physical. Right, are the physical causes, the diseases that cause poor blood flow to the penis. So when you have ED, that just means that you're not getting enough blood flow to your penis. All right, and 10% is due to psychological. So this is what ED is about: is that imagine your penis is like a balloon, right? When you get an erection, the balloon gets filled up with blood and it expands, right? So your penis has to be relaxed in order for it to expand. So when the blood flows from the heart, it flows like that, and it blows and it blows blood into the penis to expand. So when there's not enough blood flow going down to the penis, then the penis won't be able to expand to get firm enough. That's why ED is a poor blood flow problem. And poor blood flow, it's like you're trying to blow a balloon, and you're not getting enough air into the balloon, right? And the balloon will get a little like some air, and then it goes soft again, right? It's the same thing with ED, right? And what are the causes that causes poor blood flow? Like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, obesity, smoking, all right, and too much alcohol. That was some of the main poor blood flow. So look at Bobby here. He said he's had ED for 3 years, failed Viagra, failed Cialis. He had the treatment, and he's able to restore his sex life again. And him and his wife were very pleased with the result. So can you see yourself like this, like Bobby, like Terrence, And like Clarence, right? And this is Michael. After the treatment, I feel firmer, last longer. My wife notices the difference. I can last up to 20 minutes now, and my sex life is a lot more satisfying. I am very happy how my life is right now. Isn't that awesome? Do you want to be like that? Secret number 2, how to gain performance confidence in as little as 5 days. Viagra and Cialis are synthetic. It's not natural, which means that it do not belong in your erection. Remember when I say there are 6 systems, the brain, the emotion, the hormone, the nerve, and the blood vessel, and the muscle? None of it involve Viagra. I'm going to show you why Viagra make your ED worse, all right? Now remember, your erection occurs only when your brain and your penis are relaxed, okay? So when you take Viagra, Viagra does not stimulate the brain. It does not help with your libido. It does not help with you being aroused at all. Remember, the brain is the largest sexual organ. Right? When you take a Viagra, ED meds, it doesn't help you being your emotion, doesn't help you have more energy. It doesn't help you be, less depressed or less anxious at all. In fact, it makes you more anxious. When you take Viagra, it doesn't increase your hormones. It doesn't increase your testosterone hormone. It doesn't increase your prolactin hormone. When you take Viagra, it doesn't stimulate the nerve and from your brain to your heart at all. When you take Viagra, it doesn't open up your blood vessel. It doesn't increase your heart rate, right? So what Viagra do is that it relaxes the muscle of the penis, but the muscle of the penis also needs to have nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is what relaxes the muscle as well, but Viagra doesn't do that. Viagra just relaxes the muscle. That's why when you take it, you may have an erection, but if you're having blood flow restriction problem like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, the blood flow problem it's the difficulty of getting the blood to the penis. That's why Viagra only works 70% of the time. So did I convince you enough that Viagra actually make your ED worse? It's because it only addresses the muscle. It doesn't addresses the brain, the emotion, the hormone, the nerve, or the blood vessel. So when you take Viagra, you actually make your erection worse because you're ignoring the 5 system out of the 6. So you're really giving away your manhood to ED medication because it only works 70% of the time. This is Viagra. It does not increase your libido. It does not work if there are blood flow problem, like I talk about. You develop the tolerance and the dose keep going up. It's because your blood flow problem gets worse. And that does you think about this? Does your ED go away when you stop taking the med? No, right? You need the meds, and then it becomes a crutch, becomes a band-aid. It really becomes an addiction towards the medication. I would tell you a story. When I was giving this webinar about a couple months ago, there was a guy that was listening to this, and he put down in the comments that I'm 42 years old. I have 3 kids. I've been taking Viagra the last 5 years. After listening to you, I took it out of my medicine cabinet and flushed it down the toilet. I will never ever take this medication again because I'm addicted to it. And I am so glad he did that because I hope that you spread the message that ED medication it actually make your erection worse, and it's that you're being misinformed. You're being misinformed and believing that you need a medication in order for you to get an erection. Do you need a medication to blink at all? Do you need a medication to even breathe? No. And there's a lot of side effects of Viagra, right? There's the headache, the flushing, the abnormal vision, the stuffy nose, dizziness. And one of the really bad side effects that's long term, that's irreversible, is loss of your vision and ringing in your ears. So when you have vision loss, I have a patient that's been taking Viagra 15 years, and he said he had vision loss. He also had hearing loss as well. He had ringing in his ears, not to mention lightheadedness. Now, if you take too much Viagra, what happens is that it decreases your blood pressure. When it decreases your blood pressure, you can pass out, right? you can pass out, and I have heard stories where men actually die from taking Viagra because their blood pressure just bottom out on them, and that you don't have spontaneity and it's variable, right? So to get back, the easy way and the most effective and fastest method to fix ED in the shortest time is the get hard system. Is to reset the brain, reset the emotion, reset the hormone, the nerve, the blood vessels, and the muscle. So you want to follow what works. If you want to achieve the result, you only need to find the person, the method proven to work, right? The Get Hard system has helped over 7,000 men with ED. Secret number 3, how to understand what is causing your ED. Remember, I said this before. Erection only occurs when your mind and your penis are relaxed, right? And the sixth system that I mentioned. Remember the sixth system, and don't be hard on yourself if you can't get it up one day because maybe you're distracted. Maybe there are other things going on. Stress is a big component. And ED is like a penis attack. It's like a heart attack, all right? Because the picture on the left right here is a picture of someone that has ED. It's not getting the blood flow, right? The dyes are going to the penis, not getting blood flow. It's the same thing when you have a heart attack. The heart is not getting enough oxygen or blood flow, and the heart muscle die. And ED is a blood flow restriction problem, right? So this is a picture of a blood vessel, right? And like I say, it's like a pipe. Your blood vessel is like a pipe, and they need to open up so that way it has more blood flowing to your penis. So the top picture here, when you can see blood flow, it's big opening like that. And the bottom one, the blood vessels all clog up, so the blood flow can only flow into that small area right here. That's why that is what ED look like. ED means that you're not getting enough blood that's flowing to your penis to expand the penis like the balloon I showed you earlier. So the only way to get your sex life back is to reset the sixth system. So that way blood flow is restored for your erection. The sixth system that I mentioned: reset the brain, reset the emotion, reset the hormones, the nerve, the blood vessels, and the muscle, right? Now, this is Ed. Ed is 80 years old. He's actually 87 now. I want to go on and want to do it with sex as often as I can, which is for me and my girlfriend. We do it 3 to 5 times a week. We were able to restore Ed to have his erection back again after 17 years of having ED. Right? And Ed at 80 is doing it 3 to 5 times a week. It is possible. He is not lucky. He just knows that he went to our treatment and he has result. All right. Mr. Terry, Dr. Trump treatment was very effective. After the first injection and a few shots, I was able to maintain erection and ejaculation. Terry, it was important for him to ejaculate, and he couldn't ejaculate. Now he's able to ejaculate and have his erection back again. So let's review again. You think that the 3 secrets of getting hard, do you think this will work for you? Secret number 1, how to get rid of ED without medication or surgery. Secret number 2, how to gain performance confidence in little 5 days. Secret number 3, how to understand what's causing your ED. I hope I had shown you that, right? So let me ask you a question. I know it feels like, oh my God, all this information I'm giving you is like that picture right there. Let me ask you a question. Have you learned something today that you think is going to change what you do, or that it's going to make a big difference? So treating ED used to be hard, but not anymore. With the Get Hard system, it is not hard anymore. You just have to trust the process, and you can go from ED to sexual performance mastery again. And there is a new way, a better way. That is the Get Hard system. This is how we balance the sixth system again. It is a lot. I put it on there just to show you, yes, I show you what is wrong, But I also show you my framework as well too. We treat the brain, right? We treat how we treat the emotion, how we treat the hormones, how do we treat the nerve, right? And how do we treat the blood vessels and the muscle? We treat the brain by increasing the senses, the five senses of what you see, what you hear, what you taste, what you touch, right? And what you smell. It really should stop porn. And sleep is so important. Sleep is when your brain resets again. Right? We don't think of it sleep as being important, but your brain reset, your hormone reset when you sleep, and your emotion reset. You heal physically and psychologically, emotionally when you sleep. So how do you reset your emotion? Learn to decrease your stress. Learn to breathe through in and out through your nose. Stop porn and sleep. Hormones, again, sleep. We do blood work. And if you're low in testosterone, I supplement it for you with either injection or through pellets. And how do we restore the nerve? We restore the nerve. The easiest way is that through diet. You're doing a Mediterranean diet and exercise and high intensity interval. That's like increasing your heart rate to moderate rate for like a minute, and then rest a minute and do it again. You just do it for 20 minutes, all right? Or you can just walk, all right? So or what the more intensive treatments where we use your own stem cell, look like platelet-rich plasma, doing shockwave therapy, and certain supplements, and Botox. Botox now we use it to restore nerve, blood vessels, and muscle. And how do we restore blood vessel? Again, to your own stem cell within your blood, platelet-rich plasma, shockwave, nitric oxide supplement. Nitric oxide open up blood vessel, the penis pump, Botox, stop smoking, moderate your alcohol. Don't drink more than 10 alcohol drinks a week. And again, diet and exercise and doing blood work to see what's causing inflammation in your blood vessel. And also the penis pump. The penis pump is good for your blood vessels and your muscle, because when you do the penis pump, it's like taking your penis to the gym. Because when you do the penis pump, it's not a sex toy. It's actually an exercise equipment for your penis. Doing the penis pump, bringing oxygen to the penis. It brings in blood flow to the penis. It expands the muscle of the penis. So if you have ED, you gotta get the penis pump. All right. And I'm gonna show you the penis pump that I use, which is awesome because it you can use it in the shower, you can use it outside the shower. But guys, you are here. I want you to get one thing from this. Start using the penis pump. It is not a sex toy. All right. You should not be ashamed of using it. If you're going to the gym and if you're going to do weights, you should be doing weights. You should be doing the penis pump for your penis. All right. Even if you have ED or don't have ED, it will actually help. It actually will also increase the size of your penis. So how do we treat the muscle? We do platelet-rich plasma, your stem cell, your shockwave, and the penis pump and Botox, and doing Kegel exercises where we stimulate where you contract and relax the penis muscle. So this is the framework where I literally reset the sixth system again, so that way it can work in harmony, and it worked. It worked in over 7,000 men, and we measure. We don't guess how our process. We use validated research for the treatment to reset your sex system again, and with my Get Hard system, you can restore your sex life without medication as little as 5 days. If the Get Hard system has worked over 7,000 men with ED, you are wired to get an erection, all right? Naturally. You just need to reset the sick system again. So who would this work for? This will work for you if you go soft in the middle of sex, or this will work for if your ED medication don't work as well as it used to. It'll work for when sometimes you don't last long enough to climax, or your erection doesn't feel as hard as it used to be, or your penis doesn't feel as sensitive as it used to be. You can't reach orgasm, you can't ejaculate, and you have performance anxiety. It also helps with premature ejaculation. Premature ejaculation is any ejaculation less than 1 minute, or you have retrograde ejaculation where you ejaculate but it comes backward, or that you have prostate surgery and you have ED. We have had many men with prostate surgery and have ED, and now they're able to have sex again. It is the most difficult case of ED, but they're able to perform again. So you have two choices, right? You can decide to try to get heart system and get result and be confident, happy, sexy, and have passionate relationship, or you keep on making excuses like this guy on the right. Or you can try to do it yourself. Do your own research on Google. Try to do this and that. But ED is a complex issue. It involves our six system. As you can see, it's not just one thing. Stop chasing that magic wand, that magic supplement. It's not just one thing that will restore your erection again. It takes multiple things, multiple treatment modality in order to reset your sex life again. And I don't want you to be this guy on Facebook. He posted. Anyone else basically give up on trying to fix their ED after finding nothing works for them. I've had ED for over 20 years, and now at that point, just wondering if I'm alone and there are others in my situation. How do you cope with it? He's been trying to do research and try to treat himself for 20 years. Having ED is like having a penis attack. It's like a heart attack. When you have chest pain, would you Google and try to find the medication for your chest pain? Because ED is like a heart attack, and you should treat it like that, because ED is a symptom from a disease, something that's causing you to have ED. You need to find out what is going on. This is James. James has had ED for 15 years. He used Viagra and Cialis until it didn't work anymore. And he had a heart attack. And then he had a stroke. And then he said, and when he came to see me, and he said, I wish I found Dr. Trong sooner. I could have avoided it. The stuff I learned with her, I wish I'd known. I regret not seeing her sooner. Since I've been with Dr. Trong, I have hope of getting my life back. He now is working on his diet. He now is seeing some improvement, but he's got a way to go. He's been trying to work through this for the last 15 years. So the Get Heart system is everything you need to get restored again. All right. I give you the success blueprint path that is catered to your needs and your situation. You don't have to figure it out for yourself anymore. You don't have to be alone. I have the system and the process that's shown that it's worked in 7,000 men. All right. It's tested and proven in 7,000 men. It works fast in the shortest amount of time. And you're going to be in the supported community of men recovering from ED. That's my Modern Man Club, right? And you got to trust the protocol and trust me, right? Now, think about this. Imagine what it'd be like to have an ED-free life. Would you feel relief? Would you feel happy? Would you feel grateful? Would you feel confident, optimistic? You feel like yourself again. So is this the right time for you to do something about your ED? When is the right time? Have you suffered with ED long enough? Has it interfered with your life long enough? How long do you want to suffer with ED? How's your relationship? Motivation. Are you satisfied with your life right now? Right? Or do you feel motivated to change it? Do you want to live a better life? Right? You have the power to change it. You have the power to overcome ED. So what's stopping you? Just think about it. What's stopping you? I know you probably feel like, oh my God, I try other things, it didn't work. I spend money on this and that didn't work. How I don't trust you, Dr. Ann. Well, you may feel that way, but I have helped over 7,000 men. I've been doing this for 25 years. All right. So will the Get Heart system work? Well, it worked over 7,000 men, and even those that fail ED medication. Now, if you treat the cause of the problem, which is the imbalance in the sixth system, and you reset the sixth system, it's like the restoring you're pressing the reset button in an electrical outlet, right? It just restored function again. It just rewired it again. right? This is one. The erection I have now is amazing. I haven't had much like this since I was 25, and now I'm almost 40, right? So is it worth it? Right? Because we have done rigorous testing to ensure its effectiveness and safety. Now you can try cheaper alternative. It may not meet the same standards as ours. In the long run, it may cost you less, but it may be more harmful. It's going to cost you time and it cost you more frustration. Right? It's really an investment in your well-being, in both physical and emotional. Now, ED can affect your esteem, your relationship, and your life. You want to put a price tag on your happiness and your quality of life and your partner, and that this is an investment and there are payment options available. All right. And so Tim, after the Botox and the P shot, I got morning erection every single day, as opposed to pretty much never. And he was able to get the morning erection after 5 days of treatment. So you have to try a new opportunity, the get hard system, to reset that sixth system that I mentioned to get a different result. All right. So you have seen it in our patient. This is what our patient has to say. And this is my mission. My mission is to create a sexual revolution so that men can gain your sexual independence again. So that way they and their partner are happy. All right. And my passion is to help at least 1 million men achieve what I had achieved for over 7,000 men so far. And that I also promise you an opportunity. All right. So, how can I help you? Well, I have set some time out this week for my team to speak to you about how you can apply the Get Hard system to ignite your sex life again. All right. Why am I doing this? Is I want to help you out of ED and be happy again. That's my mission. Is because I know the ED is a you and somebody else, a plus one problem. And we're gonna get focused and to reach your performance fast, because I want to be able for you to get your performance. And I want you to get an exact strategy and how to make it happen. And if you want my help and it's a good fit, then I invite you to become one of my new patients that we take on. But we can't take on everybody. And if we work together, we'll walk you through the program that is designed to get you result in as little as 5 days. Okay. So you're going to be, who will you speak with? You're going to speak with my patient ambassador who understands our process, who been in the process, who is actually headed by my husband, Val, who is in charge of all the patient ambassadors and know what you're going through because he's gone through it himself. All right. So you have two options. Option number one is to do nothing like you've been doing. If you keep doing the same thing you're doing, you're not going to get a different result. Does that make sense? Right? You keep doing the same thing. You're going to be in the same path you're doing, which is live an ED life at this point, right? Or you have option number two. All right. You have option number two is choose to work with a board certified medical doctor who has treated over 7,000 men with success. And all you have to do is to follow the blueprint and follow the process. Because this is what Johnny said. After I had surgery, prostate cancer, and I had ED, Viagra and CL were not working anymore. I could not have sex with my wife. My wife went on vacation and didn't come back home, and she filed for divorce. Now I'm by myself living with ED, and at this point, you don't want to be like Johnny. All right, it breaks my heart to hear Johnny say this. So you deserve your best life and be happy. You deserve your best life and be happy. There is a way. All right. So will you let ED dominate your life, or you want to change your sex life? You want to change your life. What I want you to do, you want to change your life and to speak to my patient ambassador, I want you to type in www.edfix.club on your browser, on your phone, right? Or you can take your phone out and scan the QR code here for a discovery call. All right, right there in the right upper corner with the QR code. And that will take you straight to the website at www.edfix.club and that way you can schedule a discovery call with our patient ambassador so that way we can start working together and restoring your sex life. And remember, it's only one phone call away. Think about what I just said. You don't have to live with it. You can live your best life. You can have your ED free life. It is only one phone call away. You can decide to change your life. All right. Now, can you leave the QR code up there again? So edfix.club. We're putting the ED code up there again. And I put down gift certificate. I appreciate everyone that's in here. So Franz, yeah, keep track of who's in here. Take down their name because we have your email as well. And I'm gonna give away a gift certificate for actually vacation anywhere in the U.S. right now. I'm gonna a vacation where you can stay in a hotel for free anywhere in the U.S. in several national chain, and my team will email you the gift certificate for a vacation, and you can use as little as you want, as much as you want. You can use it tomorrow. You can use it a year down the road. But it's my gift to you, so that way you can go on vacation with your partner, your loved one, so that way you can discover your best life again and know that you don't have to live with ED. All you have to do is schedule a phone call with us. It's no obligation. It's free. And you may come out and learn about your ED and how to get out of ED. And even today, I've given you enough information that you can probably be able to do something to restore your sex life again. So having said that, I'm gonna start taking questions at this point, and I want to make sure that I'll be interactive and be able to answer your question. And I can see you in the studio. And if you raise your hand up, I can bring you up, or you can type your question in the chat. My team is monitoring the Facebook and the YouTube at this point, and we're also on TikTok as well. You can type in your question in the chat as well too. So I'm here to answer any question you may have, or just share your story, because I know that it is you're here because you want to get out of ED, and just know there is a way. All right. So let's see if there are any questions here. All right. So I see some questions. I'm going to pull out the questions right now. And okay. All right. I'm going to pull out some questions here. And all right. This is coming from a guy that has ED. How can I talk to my partner if I have ED? That's actually a very common question, right? How can I talk to my partner if I have ED? Well, all right, I'm going to change this where you can see me. All right, good. Well, how can I talk to my partner if I have ED? Well, okay, well, here we go. When discussing ED with your partner, it's important to approach it with empathy and understanding. And the best way to talk about this is go for a walk. Because when you go for a walk, you're enjoying nature, you're not looking at each other, you're looking ahead. It may be even less confrontational. But but you need to have a conversation with your partner, all right? Because they're involved in it as well. Remember, ED is the +1 problem, all right? You want to choose the right time, choose the right setting, like walking. right? You don't want to be distracted. And you want to start out with a very non accusatory, supportive tone, and that you want to express your concern for your partner's well being and emphasizing that you're bringing it up because you care about their health and their happiness. All right. You want to express understanding and reassuring that ED is a problem that many individuals face, right? But it doesn't define your partner's worth or attractiveness. And assure them that you are there and you are going to be working through this together, right? And that if you have to see the doctor, but the first thing you want to do is to discuss your situation with a doctor, because you need to get some blood work done. All right, because when you have ED, remember, it's like having a penis attack. It's like having a heart attack, right? It is. You don't want to take a medication right away, because you need to find out what's causing your ED. All right, so and then you want to let your partner know that you are committed and working together and finding a solution. All right, you remember that there are other forms of intimacy. It doesn't have to be penetrative sex, right? You can explore other ways of connecting emotionally and physically, such cuddling, kissing, trying to do activities that bring both pleasure and closeness. But the key is open communication, supporting one another, educate each other, and know that you can even do simple things such as lifestyle modification, such as like changing your diet, right? Go if you do a Mediterranean diet, and you start exercising, maybe just sleeping 7 hours a night more. Just doing that, I have seen patients sleeping 7 hours a night and just dropping sodas, dropping eating fast food, and they notice that their erection, they start to have morning erection again when they haven't had a morning erection in like years, right? Just little simple things like that. And the one thing I want to encourage, if you have ED, get blood work done, right? Because blood work will often tell you whether you have diabetes. Blood work will tell you whether you have inflammation, because when you have inflammation, that will affect the blood flow, the blood vessels. I can't tell you how many times I see patients and come in to see me for diabetes, and I diagnose them with, I mean, that they come in for ED. They come in for ED, and I diagnose them with diabetes by doing the blood work, right? And I know as men, they're like, I know my husband, unless your leg is broken, the bone is sticking out through the skin, you're not going to go see the doctor, right? You're going to wait until it is really bad. I see some men that have ED for 20 years before they start seeing a doctor. Well, but the thing is this, often, and you have to do blood work, because blood work will show whether you have kidney problem or liver problem that can contribute to ED. We can see whether you're inflamed. We can see whether you have high blood sugar, which is diabetes. We can see whether you have high cholesterol as well. We can look at the hormone. Look at the hormones from your head all the way down to your testicle to see if they're working well. Hormones is important for not only your sex life, but for your quality of life as well. And we're trying to see if the hormones connect with one another. We can also look at different factors of your nerve as well. So the blood work will tell you a lot about what's going on inside. Remember that picture I showed you of the man who has an 8-pack and the guy who doesn't have an 8-pack? Well, both of them have ED, right? That's because the blood work shows that the guy that looks more fit has diabetes. He has high cholesterol. All right. So that's the number one thing that I want to encourage you. If you have ED, go get blood work as soon as possible, because you may find out just a little simple tweak will go a long way, and you can get rid of that Viagra and Cialis. And all of you that are in the studio here, really reevaluate whether you really do need that medication, because I can tell you, you don't need it, and you actually will do better without it in the long run. Okay, so all right. So I see. Oh, I see another. I see a question here as well. what does the P shot do? How does it work? Is this done alone or does it work best with shockwave therapy? Yes. So let's start with the first part. What does the P shot do? P shot stand for the prior shot. The how does it work? Is that I get out. It's using your own stem cell to help you heal yourself. Do you know that you have healing stem cell in your body? Yes, you do. It's in your blood. All right. Now, when you cut yourself, right, there's blood that oozes into the cut, right? And then a few days later, you heal. You have the scar. Well, that's your blood. There is a cell that's in your blood called platelets. Platelets is little balloon cell that's in your blood that floats in your blood that comprises about 5% of your blood, and it goes in there, create the clot, and it starts to bring other cells in there to create the scar. Right? Those are the platelets. Those are your healing cells. So what I do with the P shot is that I get out the blood out of your veins. I get out 120 cc to 180 cc of blood. And that sounds like a lot, but it's not. You have 5,000 cc of blood, right? When we're only getting out a small bit, about the size of a glass of wine. And then we put it in a centrifuge and we spin it and we get out the platelet. The platelets are your healing cell. To inject that into the penis. Now, don't worry. I do a nerve block so you don't feel anything. We put in a numbing cream. You don't feel anything at all. Oftentimes, my patients are sitting there talking to me while I'm doing this, and so I would inject your own blood back into the penis again. And why do we do that? Because platelets are researched and by thousands and thousands of papers and have proven to restore blood flow to the organ or wherever it is injected into, and it also stimulates more blood vessels, and also it also stimulates more cell growth, meaning more cells grow into the area to bring in more blood flow as well. So that's how it works, is that it brings in more blood flow. So that's why it works very, very well for ED. But you can also do the same thing to inject it into the knee, the hip, the ankle, or the muscle to that way it can start healing again. So it is the perfect match for ED. And so that's how it works. You do this alone, or is it best to do it with the shockwave therapy? I do it with the shockwave therapy. When you get a P shot in our practice, you get one shockwave, sometime one, sometime three. And I do focus shockwave. Focus shockwave, the only one that is researched and it's proven to work for ED. Now, there's another shockwave machine that is called EPAT. So it's pulse wave therapy, and that's the gains wave. And that there's been no research that has shown that the gains wave or the radio machine has worked for ED. Now, the focus shockwave, it uses hydro sound wave energy, and this focus shockwave deliver that sound wave energy to the penis. And what it does is that it again stimulate more blood flow to the penis, and also stimulate more cellular renewal as well. So it stimulated a different way than the P shot or the platelet rich plasma does, and it does and it also it complement with the P shot. So we always do it together. We rarely do the shockwave alone, because I believe that to restore your erection again, it require a multi modality approach, multiple tools to restore the sixth system again. Remember the sixth system of the brain, the emotion, the nerve, the hormone, and the blood vessels, and the penis. So that's why we use shockwave therapy. We use your own stem cell, platelet-rich plasma. We also use supplements. We also use Botox as well. We add the Botox now to the treatment. I call it the P shot, the shockwave, and the Botox. But the Botox now, yes, the same Botox that women inject into their faces, right? to help with their wrinkles because Botox relaxes the muscle. You remember what I said? That in order for you to get an erection, the brain and penis muscle has to be relaxed, right? Right? So what is that's Botox does? So Botox relaxes the penis muscle, but it also helps stimulate more blood flow as well. It increases nitrous oxide. It also helps with the nerve as well too. So it's a triad now. So we realize that we add the Botox and we add the and we do the P shot with the platelet-rich plasma and we do the shockwave. We're getting patient getting improvement within 5 days. 5 days. Before it would take 3 months. Now they're getting better within 5 days, and the effect is lasting. Up 9 months to a year. But if you change your diet and start exercising again, and modify your lifestyle, moderating alcohol, stopping smoke, stopping porn, it may last longer as well. So we have patients that are coming back now for just maintenance and that had the Botox last year. So it is a triad, and the Botox was just added last year. But this is how we restore blood flow again to the penis. I can help you restore blood flow to the penis, but you have to work with diet and exercise and sleep to really restore the blood flow again from the brain to the peanut, right? But I give you the blueprint how to do that, so that way you don't have to figure it out anymore. You don't have to Google it anymore. It's like going to school, and I give you step 1 to 10. This is what you have to do. It's proven in 7,000 men, and you don't have to figure it out and try to Google. In fact, yesterday I had a patient that had ED for like 3 years, and he doesn't like taking the medication because it gives him a headache. And he's been taking this natural supplement. I think it's called Alpha Veral. Anyway, we're taking the natural supplement supposed to boost his libido, but in the supplement itself, they laced it with testosterone because when I did his blood work, his testosterone level was high. That's illegal. You cannot get testosterone without a doctor prescription, and you can only testosterone only work if you do an injection or through a pellet. A pellet is when I put this little testosterone pellet underneath the skin and it releases testosterone every day. So the point I'm trying to make is that these supplements are illegal and they've been laced, right? But what his blood work also shows is that the testosterone was converted to a toxic form called dihydrotestosterone or DHT, right? So DHT it's inflammatory or is toxic to the prostate, right? So he was having prostate problem in that he needed to go pee every hour and his stream is not good because he was taking this supplement which he thought was helpful, but it was actually, it turns out that it had a testosterone that's laced in there, but it's not synthetic testosterone, but his body is converting it to DHT, which then make his prostate enlarges, right? And make his prostate enlarge, and it's affecting his urine stream. It's affecting his ED. So when he's trying to he thought that he was trying to take a supplement to help him with his libido and his erection. He ends up making his situation worse, irritating his prostate. And we were able to see this in his blood work. And he was shocked. He was very shocked, and he said, "Oh my God, I've been taking this for 3 years. And no one has ever told me this. Even my urologist don't even tell me that, don't he tells me I have enlarged prostate, and he tells me to take a medication, but no one really looked at his blood work the way we did and to figure out that the supplement that he was taking was laced with a bad form of testosterone which irritates his prostate. So be very, very, very careful what you take on the internet. And we have supplement that we recommend that it's in my store at the Modern Man Crib, and we'll put the link on there and the QR code there. Put the QR code as well for the Modern Man Crib, so you can just scan the QR code. But if you these are the supplements that I recommend for sexual health, and I have vetted them myself. I even take it myself, and so is my husband. I would never recommend anything for you that I have not tried myself and vetted it myself as well. We also put the QR code there as well, and scan that to on your right side. So so that I hope you get the value out of that story. And here a question coming in. Yes. All right. Um, so the next question is ED and enlarged prostate connected in some way? Absolutely. Absolutely. So and then so your urethra is your peeing tube, right? That's in your penis, right? Now, interestingly, a man penis does three things, right? It helps you have an erection, it gives you an erection, right? To have, so that way you can have sexual activity. But but it's also used to get your urine out. It's also used to how can get your semen out as well, right? Well, the prostate function is to make the semen, to make the semen, so that way it mix in with the sperm that's produced in your testicles, so that way it creates the fluid that comes out when you ejaculate. Well, when your prostate is enlarged, prostate normal size should be the size of a walnut, like that, right? It should be the size of a walnut. But some prostate the size like this, like an apple, like that. So when it's enlarged, the prostate is a gland. Imagine it like a gland, and all it does is produces fluid. It produces fluid as part of your semen, all right? And it's a gland, and when it's enlarged, it clamps down, it wraps around your urethra, the way you pee. Here's your urethra, and the prostate wrap around your urethra like this. Normally, it's the size of a walnut, but when it gets enlarged and it's the size of like a prune, all right, or the size of a prune, or like an orange, it clamps down on your urethra. That's why you cannot pee out. But when it clamps down like that, to it affects the nerve, and it also affects the muscle in your pelvic uh, area, which are the muscle between your scrotum and your anus, and it affects the nerve surrounding the penis. So it does contribute to ED indirectly because of the enlargement. All right, but the prostate gets enlarged because it's irritated, and that's why I mentioned the hormone dihydrotestosterone (DHT) irritate the prostate and enlarge the prostate. Enlarged prostate and ED do connect, more of a structural problem, and that it does affect your urine stream. So, guys, if you notice your urine stream is not as strong as it used to be, or that when you go to the bathroom and you urinate, and it takes you a long time to urinate, and then an hour later you got to go again. That means that you have enlarged prostate most likely. Go see a doctor for that. Don't try to live with that, because you need to get blood work done. It may even be cancer, because remember, I did talk about this earlier, and that the prostate makes the semen, right? The function, the whole, it's a gland. A gland is what makes the fluid. It makes the semen fluid. So that's what its function is. But how does the semen get out? The semen get out when you ejaculate, right? So if you have ED and you don't ejaculate, the fluid just stays in the gland. It stays in the gland for months, for years. So sometimes it can get clogged up. It can get enlarged because you're just not using it. So I actually advocate, men to, have sex once a week, and if you can't have sex, masturbate. You can still have ejaculation with a half or partial erection, so that way you can clear the pipes. You can get the prostate fluid out, to drain it so it doesn't get stagnant in the gland, so it doesn't get irritated. Does that make sense? Kind of clear the pipes and kind of make sure that is, being a move along instead of being stagnant in the prostate gland. And that's why the penis pump is so remarkable, and that the penis pump can uses a suction to give you an erection, and then when you have the erection, you can actually use the penis ring. Put the penis ring at the base of the penis, remove the penis pump, and you have an erection. You can masturbate and clear the pipe, or you can use it for sex. So there are ways to use the penis pump to help you with having an erection, and then you add in the penis ring. Sometimes it's adding the penis ring. Just leaving it there for 10 minutes. It's helpful because it helps with expanding the muscle as well, keeping the blood flow in there as well. So clear the pipes once a week. Use the penis pump at least 3 times a week. Preferably, you can do it every day. It's even useful. And in my store, the Modern Man Crib, in my store, there's the penis pump that I recommend that you can use in the water and the shower, as well as outside the shower. And can you put the link of my YouTube video on that pump, on the hydro pump? um there's a link. I did a video on YouTube and showing you how to use the penis pump, that it's in the water. You can use it in the shower, and my patients are loving this because they're using the penis pump. They're pumping it up and leaving it attached to the penis while they're washing their hair, washing their upper body. You just leave it in there for about 3 to 4 minutes, and then deflate, and then you can do it again. So you can multitask of taking a shower every day and using the penis pump. It's very easy to use, very effective, and my team is going to put the link to the hydro pump in there. Is in YouTube. All right. And you can get it through our store at the Modern Man Crib. All right. Very good, very good, very good. It's one of my favorite things to talk about, the penis pump. It is not a sex toy. There's no shame in using it. If you go to the gym, you know what I'm talking about. It's taking your penis through the gym. All right? There's no shame in it. And I want you to realize that. I want you to invite your partner to do that, to help you with the penis pump. In fact, some of my patients are inviting their wife to take a shower with them to help them with the penis pump. That's something that you guys can do together as a couple, right? Bonding, and she will get excitement in helping you with the pump as well too. So do not feel ashamed in using that at all. All right, right. So I see another question here. Questions are rolling in. All right. What supplement do you recommend? What is your opinion of L-citrulline? All right. So first of all, let's there it is. There, all right. All right. There's the hydro pump. There you go. Just leave that on. Leave the hydro pump on. That's a YouTube video. And also, France, maybe we can make a QR code of this either the next time for about the hydro pump. This is one of my favorite pump for you. I have vetted this pump myself, and you can go on the YouTube channel. You can go on my Modern Man Crib, which is the QR code right there to get that as well. So, what supplement do I recommend for male sexual health? All men with ED have low vitamin D, vitamin D3. So I recommend that you take a vitamin D3, at least 5,000 units a day. Again, that is in my store at the Modern Man Crib. Let's go ahead and put the link to the Modern Man Crib. In my store, the Modern Man Crib, you get vitamin D. I recommend that you take a good multivitamin that gives you kind of the basic stuff. The basic B complex, the basic collagen, the basic stuff that you need. There are 4 essential vitamins: the ADEX, vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin C. All right, so you need those, and they're all in a good multi vitamin. And then I recommend that you take nitric oxide lozenge. Nitric oxide is a natural gas that you produce, and the only way for you to get it is through the diet, or the only way for you to get it through the bacteria in your mouth. So if you eat crunchy green vegetables, when you eat that, it goes to your mouth. The bacteria in your mouth make it into nitrate, and it goes to your stomach acid. Your stomach acid make nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a gas that your body makes, that your body needs in order for the blood vessel to open up, so that way you can get more blood flow. You need nitrous oxide. Unfortunately, by the time you get to 40, you've lost 50% of your nitrous oxide, the ability to make 50% of your nitrous oxide, compounded on the fact that you that your diet, if you're not eating a nitrous oxide loaded food like beets, like broccoli, like cauliflower, spinach, collard greens. Those are the ones that are high in nitrous oxide, and so you need nitrous oxide as as a component of that. So those are the essential things that I recommend right now for your sexual health. And you don't need L-citrulline, because if you take L-citrulline or L-arginine, it will not make nitrous oxide. It would actually L-citrulline will actually be converted in your body to an inflammatory a state that is irritating to your blood vessels. So stop taking L-citrulline and L-arginine. And the reason why you're taking that, because you Google, and these people are telling you wrong. You're misinformed. All right, because if you understand body physiology, your body will not convert to L-citrulline and L-arginine to nitrous oxide. All right, it's actually you're making creating more an inflammatory state. So pine pollen, no. Tomcat Ali is sometimes works, sometimes doesn't work. But again, don't chase that shiny object, right there. But if you have ED, a supplement isn't gonna help you with your ED. It isn't. It needs more than a supplement to help you with your erection. I don't care what the internet says. You need more than a supplement to help you with your erection. You got to work on your diet. You got to work on your sleep. You got to work on your exercise. Right? You gotta work in and changing your lifestyle. Are you smoking? Are you vaping? Maybe decreasing the alcohol. Well, we're seeing more ED. Men are drinking more alcohol as well too. And after COVID, everything else. So yes, I use supplement, but it's not gonna be okay. I take this supplement, my ED, my erection's gonna come back. No, I would tell you that off the bat, it won't. All right, we use it at one component of the treatment, but we don't just say, hey, take the supplement, your sex life gonna come back. All right, so ashwagandha, cysteine, horny goatweed, mukanda, all of that is nice and it's anti-inflammatory, but it's not going to restore your erection if you're just taking those components alone. All right, that's why I don't really recommend it so much. I just said take the nitrous oxide, take the vitamin D and a good multivitamin, and focus on changing your diet. I know it's easy. It's easy just to take a pill, right? Hey, pop in a pill. Here you go. Your erection's gonna come back. But sometimes something as important as your sex life, and as complex as your sex life, is gonna come back with just a supplement as well. You have to heal from within. You have to heal from within. How do you heal from within? And restoring more blood flow. How do you restore more blood flow? You got to get more blood. You got to get the blood vessel to open up. How do you get the blood vessel to open up? How do you get more your muscle to be more responsive to the blood that's going in there? It's got to start with what's in your blood, right? When you eat, What do you think is in your blood? It's the food that you eat get digested and it floats in your blood. That's what determines whether the blood vessels are elastic and able to expand or not. So it really comes down to doing the hard work of your diet and then your exercise. And I know it sounds cliche, right? Oh, diet and exercise and sleep. Yes, it's that basic because your body is natural. It heals from the inside out, right? It's not taking this supplement. It's not doing this one thing that's gonna change it all. And it's certainly not taking a medication that's gonna restore your sex life. And I know that when I tell my patient that, they're like, "Oh, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that." Well, how important is your sex life, right? So I just want to be honest with you, and that yes, some of the supplements that you put down here make sense, and you read about it, but it's not a cure all. It is not the shiny object that you're looking for. And you really, from for to you to restore your ED, you really got to start from looking at doing blood work first. Is your blood sugar? How's your blood sugar? Fasting blood sugar? You have high cholesterol, right? How's your liver? How's your kidney? Right? Are you drinking alcohol? Alcohol it's a big contributor to ED because it's inflammatory. Our body doesn't recognize alcohol. When you drink alcohol, it goes to your liver, right? It goes to your stomach, and then it goes to your liver, and it's toxic to your liver. Your liver have to convert that alcohol into a form where your body can recognize it. All right. And alcohol is inflammatory, but I get it. I like my glass of wine too, and my husband likes it bourbon. But there is a certain amount of alcohol that you can drink that your body can tolerate, and it's about 7 to 10 drinks a week. All right, 7 to 10 drinks a week. You go more than that, and I know, and believe me, my husband and I go on vacation, and we'll do 2 3 drinks a day. If you go more than that, then it becomes inflammatory to your blood vessel because it's become inflammatory to your liver because your liver got to work hard to process it so your body can recognize it. And the alcohol component is toxic to the blood vessel. So alcohol is a big proponent of contributing to ED, and not to mention that it is toxic to your liver. And when I do blood work, I can tell whether you're drinking alcohol because your liver enzyme will be a little elevated. Because why is it elevated? Because it's working hard, it's working overtime in trying to process the alcohol in your system. So it's all come down to really, the basics of, are you smoking? Stop smoking or vaping? Or are you using porn? Porn's a big thing. Why is porn bad? Well, because porn just retrain your brain, right? We just retrain your brain and how to get aroused, and it desensitizes it, like create different pathway in your brain and how to get a reward system. And so it kind of messes up on how you get aroused. It messes up in what your perception of stimulation is, and so it really messes up more in the brain system. So that's why porn is, if you watch it a little bit once in a while, but it's a daily thing, and to a point where it replaces sex with your partner. I've talked to some of my patients that they rather watch porn than have sex with their partner. They rather watch porn than to spend time with their family. Yeah, and that's when porn really interfere with your life. Um, so I hope I answered your question. Is a long way to answer the question, but it's a question that I get asked a lot because I know I've seen a lot of men, and all of you guys want to chase that shiny object, that one thing, that easy pill, the easy button to get your sex life back without having to work on changing your diet or having to exercise. But ED is now industrialized and civilized problem, because now we sit, we don't exercise as much, we have processed food that we have to deal with, and there are factors that doesn't motivate us to be active at this point. And so what the main thing is that you gotta be active, and if you're putting your sex life as a priority, you gotta work towards that at this point. And so Frank, do we have any questions kind of floating in from the other channels as well? All right. I assume that you'll put that in if it is. So to answer, oh, okay, got it. Okay. So to answer your question about blood work, I gone over that there's a YouTube video. Franz, can you put that in that I've gone over in detail what blood work I order in my YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, it's Dr. Ann Trung. Can you put my YouTube channel on there? Go to YouTube, type in at Dr. Yeah, there you go. At Dr. Ann Trung is my YouTube channel. I publish videos, educational video twice a week on about ED, about how to get out of ED. And I talk about the different blood work that I do. I do the most comprehensive blood work. In fact, I saw a patient 2 days ago, and he's had actually ED for 20 years. He's 83 years old. He lives in Florida, and he said when he went to get blood work that I ordered, the lady, the phlebotomist that was drawing his blood work, was saying that in 30 years that she worked at the phlebotomist, she'd never seen anyone order at the comprehensive blood work as I did. And that she said this is the most blood work order that she's seen. Not that it's bad, because I look at your liver, I look at your kidney, I look at your blood sugar, and I look at every hormone that is released from your brain all the way down to your testicles, because I'm trying to look at the sixth system. I'm trying to look at your sixth system that need to work, and we can do the blood work to see if your hormones it being activated in your brain, your hormones being activated, being released in your testicles. I can't tell you how many times I see a patient and one of the testicle is smaller than the other because of trauma in the past. It's not producing as much testosterone as he used to. So we look at inflammation factors that can be inflammatory to the blood vessels. We look at your growth hormone. We also look at like I said, all the hormones level. So it's a very comprehensive panel. And most of the time, you won't get this type of blood work from your primary care doctor. You will not. All right. And most of the time, most of these blood work are not covered by insurance, because insurance won't cover some of the blood work unless you have certain conditions. And that's why I operate, and I don't want to deal with insurance. I do what it's best for you, and that's why I don't take insurance for that matter. And so there is a YouTube that YouTube video that I did to go over different tests, and you can actually take a screenshot of that. I listed it up. Take a screenshot of that, and you can ask your doctor to order that for you. But just know, if you try to go to insurance, your insurance may not cover half of the test, because they don't value and put your sex life as a priority, right? Even your doctor don't even ask you about your sex life, and it's uncomfortable for you to bring it up to your doctor about your sex life. But now I know that now it's now becoming more open to that, so you can bring it up. But just know that a lot of doctors are not trained to treat sexuality. They're uncomfortable about talking about it themselves. And unless you have to really see a sexual medicine special like myself, even urologists sometimes will more focus on medication and penile implant, because right now insurance will go the route of, well, you take ED meds, you try Trimix, and then you fail that, well, penile implant. Insurance may or may not cover penile implant. I hear that it doesn't. Sometimes it does. I don't. It depends on your insurance, I guess. But penile implant has a lot of complications as well too. It wears off, and it sometimes will the prosthesis from the penile implant will erode through your skin. You get infection, and you don't feel anymore. Well, after you get the penile implant, you don't feel very much in your penis, and people will have problems with ejaculation because they don't feel as much. So it's not like a knee replacement or a hip replacement. You only have one penis. Knee at the hip, you have two, right? But the knee, you don't feel that much, right? But you need your penis. You need to feel that. That's something that is innate. It's a part of you, and something that you share with your partner. So all right. So I hope I was able to answer your question. It looks like, I got a lot of the question here answer. Just know that there are available treatment for ED. All right. And again, just know that, there are solution for ED, and that you don't have to live with ED. So I want you to contact our patient ambassador. They're busy and they get full. So let's see if you can qualify to be one of the patients that work with us. So I want you to go to put that site again, www.edfix.club. And yep, there you go, edfix.club, to schedule a call uh, to work with us to see if we're fit to get your sex life back again. And you don't have to live with it. You just have to make a choice. That you can change and be able to live an ED free life. So to answer one last question, endocrinologist, a good doctor to go see about your blood work. Not quite. Endocrinologists are focusing on more thyroid problem and diabetes, and they're not quite focus on sexual health, and so you really got to go to somebody that can try your urologist first, or somebody that specializes in sexual health at this point. But most endocrinologists are really focusing on more of complex endocrine problem. So having said that, thank you very much for being here with me today. And I hope that you get something out of this, and that in a couple of weeks I am gonna I'm gonna be having a summit. I'm gonna have a 3-day summit that I'm gonna arrange to have, and I hope you guys can join me in that summit, and I'll do a webinar prior to the summit as well, in trying to teach you all on how to restore your sex life again, so you can live happy, you can love more, and that your partner can be happy as well. So thank you for being with me here tonight. Good night.